think I might need this today, people, because I feel like the next 45 minutes, this will be perfect. Forget coffee. It's whiskey. It's whiskey today because I am 99.99999% certain that FitzSimmons are not going to have it easy. And I just can't be dealing with my babies being hurt, so here we go again, people. This is episode 6, I think it is, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6, which is called Inescapable. Hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. And yeah, like I said last week in the review for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I've been looking forward for this episode because I saw the synopsis and it looks like it's going to be centered around FitzSimmons this episode, which is really, really great. After the last episode, Gemma decided to stay behind and help with Fitz because she does not want that separation. Again, the universe keeps giving FitzSimmons the middle finger, and it's just pandering at this point. So yeah, Gemma's going to take that opportunity to be with Fitz, and I'm really excited to see what this episode does entail after the Chronicoms stated that the home world was destroyed, possibly by the same thing that the zombie butterfly thing, maybe, who knows, with the creator. But we'll just have to wait and see. All I know is that, I mean, with FitzSimmons, we never have it easy, do we? So I'm just absolutely worried. Good thing I've got this with me. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, this is episode number 6 of season 6 for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Extended reaction should be up soon. So, with that said, let's go.
Oh my gosh, you're here. You're here.
Are you okay? Did they hurt you?
No, I'm fine. Did they hurt you badly?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine now that you're here.
Happy days, happy
I've
days.
got so much that I want to say.
I searched for you everywhere.
Yeah, I was trying to find you too. Enoch said he sent you 100 years into the future. You can believe that.
Not until you see it.
Gemma Simmons, will you marry me?
This is a
Absolutely.
bit... Oh, she gotta go along with it, okay? Pretend like it... Well, she can't. But still. Happy second engagement.
Right now, here with you, I don't give a damn if we ever escape.
Don't care. I love these two.
No, why? You won't just tell me.
I don't want to.
Oh! Is that Gemma?
Gemma.
I love that. I love that
don't want
scream.
to tell you, and you can't make me.
Oh my god. Oh.
Gemma.
Is that Daisy? Oh my god.
What's it called?
Oh shit.
That's not a good book. That's a bad book. Bad story. Very poorly
Dark
written.
Hold.
Okay, I don't think it's
Poorly
safe here.
written.
We should get you out.
Then figure your way out.
She's 7.
And a half.
Oh god.
Okay, return Simmons back to her adult
Obsession.
age, please.
If she has regressed, it is in her search for answers. Perhaps they are the answers I seek.
That's for crying out loud.
No, Missy, we do not play with that. Okay.
This is a kind of insight of Fitz as a father too.
You are being the absolute worst.
You are
Echoed what he
being,
told
without
him.
a doubt, the supreme, absolute
Oh,
worst.
supreme.
You are a butt-face.
Oh, that's charming. What is that? What are you hiding?
Ooh.
Give it.
No, just
Simmons has reservations.
Oh. Gemma had to do that. Shit.
Tell you the right way.
Oh.
You'd want his ring.
Ay,
What? Gemma, did you and I
Yep. Yep.
Had I made that proposal to you before?
Yep. He's gonna learn about Phil, isn't he?
He has to take care of himself.
You know you do the same thing.
This is honestly heartbreaking.
Talking about him like that?
Fitz, he was sick for a long time.
Heading in the right direction and mapping consequential results.
For an organised person, your thoughts are a bloody mess.
Yeah, and I think I need some help cleaning them up. I haven't slept.
And what problem are we solving tonight?
When they were little cherubs
Depends.
before all the
Whose
pain
memory is
and...
this, yours or mine?
We share this
Yeah.
memory.
I've been in control of myself.
He's been trapped inside your mind.
Hey, stop.
And now we're
is
trapped
what we're
inside your
worried
mind
about.
with him. Listen.
Kind of reminds me of...
Leopold is coming.
The shadows without me.
Go back to hell, you demonic spawn.
This is what I was afraid of. I saw this coming.
We all did.
Find a way.
Oh, okay, that's not creepy at all. Ah, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is PT all over again.
It's a neat and crap.
You need therapy. You have some deep pent-up issues.
It's been a rough year.
I mean, it has. My God, holy shit.
Seeing the lives you're changing, you end up being the one most changed by it.
Beautiful
I found
quote.
him so inspiring that day.
Yes.
You just needed a push.
Yeah, well, look at what happened because of it. What was that thing you kept on saying?
Do you not think I have guilt about that?
Oh, yes, that's it. Chin up, Fitz. There's nothing to be afraid of. Well, maybe now you can tell.
Oh, not again. No!
So predictable.
No! No! Fuck you!
That little of him.
I hate him. I hate him.
Like how you control that thing in the music box.
You know, you and her would get along.
Take last.
This is not good. Like, this is heartbreaking.
Your bones or lungs will go first.
Simmons, hey.
I'm not doing this alone. I'm not doing this alone. We have each other.
I'm not doing this alone.
Yes, say it. Come on. Oh my God.
You said this was mine.
You psycho.
This isn't real! This isn't real! Ah!
Oh, nice. Nice. Calm as a bitch.
Yes, I did.
You're not alone in this universe.
I got this. Go.
Oh my God, this... Jesus. How are they pulling off this episode? Your own demons.
I'm tiny.
Oh, you're
I'm
so
old.
English.
Yeah, you said that before. Please elaborate. What do you mean? How is that?
Are you two not gonna make out?
Holier than
Oh
thou.
my God.
But actually,
I swear to God, they're not gonna make out. That would
you
just be
hurt me just as
everything,
much as
wouldn't
I
it?
hurt you. I was dying on the inside when you left, abandoned me after my brain injury.
Hey, that is not fair.
And then you get taken away by some rock, only to fall in love with some bloody astronaut.
Oh,
On a
shoot.
desert planet. It's always you saving me.
Alright, don't start
Yes,
that.
yes, because you saved me in the future, you saved me on Maybe, then you saved me when we were trapped in the bottom of the ocean.
I was thinking, are we gonna have an ocean flashback because they're trapped in the thing,
Had to mention it, didn't you?
arguing, like season 1.
Don't even think about getting in the way.
Oh boy, just kiss.
Oh, my pain comes from you.
And I'm allowed to want to save love you!
I'll save you every time, or I'll die trying. I don't care.
Me too, because I love you!
Yeah, well, I love you too.
Well, then why are we yelling?
I don't know.
These two.
Unstoppable together?
You need each other. That's the thing. You need each other. You beautiful.
What the hell?
Oh, for fuck's sake! They are making out. Okay.
Didn't know you liked that.
Didn't know you do that.
Is it time now? Because I might need it. That is.
Fitz,
Yeah.
we're obviously made for each other. And I'm sorry I can't give you back the time you missed. But I can give you me. Now and forever.
This is my episode.
That
Bitch,
was 5
would
minutes
you-
and 33 seconds wasted. Are you ready to get back to work?
Okay, listen. I'm sorry about what happened to your planet, and I really want to help Enoch.
I have taken bold action. We must
Our
go.
hero.
Embrace me.
I almost forgot. You're a grandfather.
You just tell him like that.
And the ones who did it,
They're the zombie things.
they're
here?
here. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you were
Kind
stalling.
of stepped in my moment there, but yeah. They're here.
You wanted that dramatic moment, Mac. Let's face it.
Okay.
Oh man, I thought they were gonna land right there, and Daisy would have to pay the $100. But oh my god, that episode! That's definitely the favorite episode of season 6, but it might be one of my favorite episodes of all frickin' time. That is honestly one of the best episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ever. I'm not even kidding. People might think, like, if you've watched my channel enough with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions, you know that FitzSimmons, to me, is just the best. But I honestly loved everything with this concept, and plus it doesn't help that Ian and Liz are two tremendous actors that deserve a frickin' Emmy, especially after this episode. They deserve an Emmy, and I think it's an injustice that they are severely underrated, in my opinion. I think it's a crime, if anything. It's illegal for them to just not be as looked as, like, so spectacularly as other actors out there. They like, even before this episode, though, I always love Ian and Liz's acting. I've even said I would honestly think this would be the best Doctor Companion pairing if they were on Doctor Who or whatever, because they just have so much amazing chemistry together, and this episode was great because it was a love letter to those who ship FitzSimmons. Like, behind the scenes, they acknowledge it as much as we do, and they know how popular the fan base is, but they just connect so well, and this episode was a testament to that. I really loved it. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that episode, because I went through so many emotions during that episode. I cried, laughed, I was completely bamboozled with the Fitz and with the Doctor and evil Nightmare Gemma thing. But I think that just goes to a testament that FitzSimmons will always end up being together, no matter what. Even monsters like the Doctor could do with some loving. So yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I was even joking about, okay, you two may as well get together because FitzSimmons, and I had to open my mouth again, didn't I? Which is what I always do with the show. No, but it was really good stuff. Honestly, Ian and Liz, they deserve more than a round of applause. They deserve a pint at the bar. They deserve everything after that wonderful episode. I absolutely reveled in their acting. Like, honestly, I could just spend the entirety of my life watching just those two and I wouldn't complain because they are just incredible. I absolutely adore them too so much as actors, and how much they've really done for the show. It's been really amazing. Like, this entire show has fantastic actors anyways, but I think it's a super injustice that Liz and Ian do not get the recognition that they deserve, because they are two phenomenal actors. And this episode was a great testament to how amazing, how much range they have as well. Like, they had to play different levels of emotion, different incarnations of themselves, crammed into a 40-minute episode, and they made it work like magic. I mean, like I said, an injustice that they do not get the recognition that they deserve. This show is as well. Like I said, this is like 6 seasons in, and the show can still pull out amazing stories. Stories that will just completely, absolutely, like, catch you out. Honestly, this show deserves so much recognition. And I know the CW verse gets a lot more traction. Honestly, this show, like, I know I've said it before, but this show does absolutely decimate most shows. It's why it's one of my favorite shows of all time, behind Doctor Who. Like, the quality of the show, the characters, the casting, it's just been super incredible. And I absolutely do love this episode. Like, even the smallest of scenes, like them sitting and nattering whilst having cake and scones and all of that, every scene had so much power. I honestly don't know how to describe that episode, because I went through a flurry of emotions, and yeah, that was just super. And I want to go on a stretch to say it's like Doctor Who's Heaven Sent, in a sense. Where we went through a flurry of emotions there, and we had some kind of device that would trap the Doctor and all of that, yeah. And even then, the actor brought so much power to that episode, like Liz and Ian did. Honestly, they did I mean, they always do a fantastic job, but they did a really brilliant, they did really brilliant. I honestly love them to bits and pieces. Like, they did a great job playing their younger selves. They managed to handle all kinds of emotions and level of acting in one episode, because we had the Doctor, we had evil Gemma, we had them two bickering, them two loving, them two revealing truths and all of that. Even Fitz had to confront a younger Gemma, which I loved. Kind of attesting the fact on what he would be like as a father, but I just loved... It's great, though, because Gemma is a cherub anyways, and at 7 years old, your heart just can't do anything but go, oh, every time she speaks and all of that. Yeah, I could honestly, like, this episode was just amazing. Like, I know I've said that, because those who've watched my reactions also know that The Singularity is an episode that I really loved, focusing on FitzSimmons. And I do really love that, but this episode... honestly, I can't describe how much I loved that episode. It was great, and I think this... like, it's not just the fact that they're acting, but the acting and the writing behind this episode, and how many levels of emotion was packed in that made this episode stand out. It was also their biggest test yet, because FitzSimmons have been through everything in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They've gone through so much trauma, and this was their biggest test. And I really loved that argument in the containment thing, which I did have flashbacks to season 1 anyways, and then it started to flood in and all of that, so yeah. I had no worries that... because there was a lot of arguing. This is arguably their biggest kerfuffle yet. But I had no worries. this, because like I said, this episode, that scene kind of did remind me of when they bickered in the like the vault and all of that. Yeah. And they've had bickerings before, but they've got so much weight on their shoulders this time with Gemma having to reveal Fitz died. Another version of himself died. The one that did partake in season 5. With the framework and all of that, it's still really, really raw on the mind of Fitz. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's gone on in, for FitzSimmons that they've got to unleash. But I had, like, they were blaming each other as well. Like, you put me in danger, like, you caused me so much pain. And I always think, like, two negatives make a positive. Like, they were both, they're both so broken that they need each other. Like, they can create this light. They've had so much pain, but they need each other. And they have so much positive vibes when they're embraced with one another. So yeah, and I think and I mean, them arguing and all of that, like in the containment vault, I think that was kind of deliberate. Like a lot of, well, obviously, like we went through their memories and all of that, so them in the containment vault where they, I guess, first kind of addressed their love in a sense. I'm thinking episode 6 as well, but like that was when Fitz said, well, you're more than a best friend to me. And yeah, that's when it all got started. So yeah, that was deliberate, that their biggest argument, like their biggest test took place in that vault, because it's now or never. You either solidify your love, or this can be the be-all, end-all for you two. And if you do survive this, then you can survive anything. And lo and behold. So I really, really loved that so much. And I loved how the Chronicoms were their biggest threat, their biggest test. They passed with flying colours. Because like I said, this is arguably their biggest fight, but as I've also said, I think if they can survive this, they can survive anything together. Because the universe constantly tests this duo, and with all their memories suppressed, nightmares and all of that, it's all a matter of how much one means to another. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. And I'm really, really glad that they managed to execute the revelation of what happened to Fitz, because we were all wondering how Fitz was going to take that and how they are going to play this out. This was the best way, in my opinion, that they could play this out, by Gemma suppressing that pain so much, because some people just cannot handle that. I mean, she even went to the point where she pretended like she never got engaged in the first place, because that pain is still really, really recent, and she has to hold that in. But honestly, I did love the way it was executed. It was, because not only did I think, like, if you list any ideas, like, oh, so this is how Fitz finds out and all of that, I think this is the best way. Like, Fitz seeing, like, it's that Christmas If Yet to Come, isn't it, kind of shtick, in a sense. Except Fitz doesn't need to change his ways, he's just seeing his corpse and all of that. And it was heartbreaking, because this was, like, before Phil went to Tahiti, and this was straight after Daisy saved the world. And it was just heartbreaking to go through, like, yeah, we brought his body back and all of that. Like, that's always going to be heartbreaking. Like, especially if you're at a morgue and you're seeing the body of your loved one. That's always heartbreaking. And that final episode of season 5 broke me so much. So when they brought Fitz's body back for Gemma, yeah, the tears were just, yeah. But honestly, I just love how much power and how much influence this show has had. Like, they absolutely did kill it. Their acting is just insane. and as well as the story, like the story behind this, the way, because this is the thing, this wasn't, this episode touched briefly on the main plot with the whole, well, in a sense, because they did make mention, okay, you got to save this planet and all of, our planet from all of that, which was seemingly confirmed by Mac at the end of this episode, that it was the same thing that we're currently dealing with the zombie butterfly things, or birds or whatever. They're zombie-ish and we don't like them. Yeah, it was primarily an episode that focused on FitzSimmons and fixing their troubles and all of that. And I really, really liked it. They executed it really, really spectacularly. And it's just incredible to see how far these two have come. Like, we've seen a lot, where like we saw through this episode, through all their memories about how much trauma they faced. And yet they're still drawn to each other. And like I said, that's the main purpose of this episode, especially in the vault. If they can overcome their biggest obstacles, like being in this episode, if they can overcome this episode, they can overcome everything, because they are so drawn to each other. They cannot survive without one, without the other. We saw that with Gemma anyways, like with how mentally unstable she became. Like, she became more reckless, more, sinister, like in episode 1, and Fitz needed, like we saw with season 2, that Fitz needed Gemma there, that he had to create an illusion of herself, and they need each other so much. But now we've got so much we've got a few more dusty areas. The stress keeps adding, but this was that, like, with everything they've gone through, and with Fitz learning about the fact that he died, he got married, but he didn't. It's all really, and I really, really loved how after they ironed out their issues, Gemma just comes out, oh yeah, we have a grandson, and he's like, what? And I thought that was really, really appropriate, like, because that isn't the most painful thing, like, finding out that you died, and then you married and you weren't there, heartbreaking. And then you got told, oh yeah, we've got a grandson from the future, just so you know. And you're like, what? So I loved that. But yeah, I loved the idea that if they could overcome the trauma and the, not to forget, well, it was longer for these for them two in the mind, but it was all in 5 minutes as well. So yeah, but if they could overcome that, they can overcome anything, should I say. Well, everything and anything, because that's the power of FitzSimmons, and it's just adorable. Loved as well that, well, first off, I loved the inclusion of the Doctor, which we all feared anyways, because we had a feeling that this Fitz would have to deal with that devil, and because he has not experienced it yet. So that was a constant worry. But I think the way they, like I said, with all the trauma they had to face in this episode, I think the way they included the Doctor in this episode was really, really great stuff to see. It was very appropriate, and you got to think of genius ways to bring in a character like the Doctor in this, like this scenario, because we've seen him we had a few episodes with him in season 4. We had that one episode in season 5, and you don't want to keep milking the idea to the point where it becomes stale and all of that, where the Doctor becomes the Daleks, which is a really, really weird statement to say for another show, isn't it? But that's the worry with the Daleks. Like, oh, it's the Daleks again, you know, the most terrifying, the terrifying life form in the whole universe. Woo! Let's see how easily they'll get defeated this time. Yeah, that's why a lot of people want the Daleks to be done with, like, for a few years and all of that. I think that's why the Cybermen have, like, are really, really more impactful for me, because they do not keep appearing every... I'm going on a Doctor Who tirade, but I mean, I may as well. Like, episodes, the final episodes of season 10 showed them at their most at their most devastating, and the fact that they don't keep reappearing for a year keeps that level of terror up, in my opinion. But, like, that's the same thing with the Doctor. You got to keep thinking of, like, you don't want to milk the Doctor so much. So yeah, and I just really, like I said, I mean, FitzSimmons, will get together in any incarnation. Zombie Gemma, which I thought was a really, really great utilization. I really loved the idea that they had their own dark sides. But I loved the idea that we had the Doctor make out with the zombie Gemma. It was insane. But like I said, inevitable. We are inevitable. Yeah, this was great though. Like I said, little Gemma was heartwarming. But I loved how this episode was a necessity for both characters, like with Fitz reuniting with Gemma and learning about what happened, and Gemma needed to unload everything that's been on her mind so much, because she can't let it out. She's just worried and all of that, which is understandable. But I thought this episode was a necessity for both characters. And it wasn't done lazily, it was done in fantastic fashion. Because like I said, 6 seasons later, this show just continues to pump out insane levels of writing. And like I said, I can't stress it enough, but give Ian and Liz, not all or whatever, but give them a bloody Emmy. Because they deserve it. They are absolutely amazing actors who deserve more recognition because they're just that wonderful, and I absolutely love them so much. Honestly, this was a stellar episode. And I don't know what else to say about it. I was just in a flurry of emotions. It was just incredible. And I'm gonna get editing on this anyways because slow internet, yay. Reactors and Realms tonight. So I don't want to like upload this late and all of that. So extended reaction might come out a few hours later because I'll be doing D&D and all of that. So yeah, but no, like I said, this episode, yeah, definitely the best of season 6, one of the best of all times, and a round of applause to Ian and Liz for just. And the writing team, like the writing behind this was stellar. But Ian and Liz just amplified the level of quality to a billion. Like the quality was there with the writing, but as I've said with I think in my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. countdown videos, them two are able to amplify the level of equality in a script because of their amazing acting. Like the script itself was just absolutely solid. Like the dialogue, you could replace them two and it would still be a solid episode. But them two, Liz and Ian, out of the ballpark. They hit a home run, and I just loved it. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!